Okay, so today is December 19th, and we are still impatiently waiting for the arrival of Adam. And this video, I just wanted to explain the reasons why we are choosing the cloth diaper route. It's definitely not my first um, not really my first choice, but if you were to ask me last year whether we would be using cloth, be telling you you're crazy. No. So it all started about a year ago when we knew we were pregnant, and or at least in the second attempt to get pregnant, and I wanted to save the most money on diapers. That's what I wanted to do. It was like a challenge in a game, and I wasn't gonna pay retail for any diapers, and I wanted to start buying them now. And so I was on these websites and looking for the best deals and kind of cost comparison and doing all the reviews and of all the different types of diapers, and God, it's a whole other world out there really. And so when I came across and I was sold on a certain type of diapers and I was getting ready to buy them and kind of going through all those and Corey thought I was crazy trying to buy diapers, almost a year in advance. And so I came across a link that on YouTube from the Eads family, Lucy Eads. She's pretty popular on YouTube, and it was going through a couple of her videos regarding cloth and why they chose it, and going through all the different types of options that they are using kind of got me interested. And so I think two things was one is it was a young family, and they were young, they were healthy, they were cute, they were fun, and I wanted to, that got me curious. And then secondly, listening to her, just kind of the explanation and having her husband so bought into the process was kind of cool. So that was one thing that kind of got the seed planted. And then doing some more research, there was another family. Um, I forget, Marin, I think is the name of her YouTube page, but um, her and her husband also cloth diapered, and it just again seeing the explanations and kind of just seeing more people involved in it, I think was pretty impressive, and really. Um, it wasn't really crunchy people or granola people. It was what appeared to be normal everyday people that were really just trying to save money and do good for the environment. And so that's kind of what got the seed planted. And I knew I couldn't. There was no way I was gonna be able to convince Corey about going this route unless I had done my research. So I spent weeks and months doing research on cloth diapers and kind of outweighing the pros and the cons and all of that. And so for us, it just made sense because my intention to go into diapers was not spending the most amount of money possible, and to know that I could spend easily $300 on cloth diapers, which could I would be spending about $1,800 on disposable diapers. That in itself was a no-brainer. So that I was sold right from the get-go. And the environmental impact that we would be making, not throwing away all those diapers was awesome, and that was just an added benefit. But for me, selfishly, I just didn't want to spend that much money on something that, excuse me, that our son would be taking a crap. So that's the first one. And because I knew I had to make it simple for Corey as far as the process and the reasons why and the systems and why it would work for us, I just had to keep it simple. I didn't have to overwhelm him with a number of options and choices and all the different systems out there, because there's a lot. Because I got overwhelmed doing the research. You can only imagine how overwhelming it could be to someone who is just initially new to it. So that's what I did. I did some research and chose a couple different options and a couple different select videos to show him, and he was good. He was on board with it. So long as I was committed to doing the laundry and committed to taking care of that, and I am, and that's one thing that I knew going into it that I was gonna have to take on, and I want to. I'm excited, to take on this journey, and so here we go. This is the cloth diaper route, and so people reactions that we have gotten have been have been pretty insane. You know, they think they think we're crazy, and they're asking why are you gonna do that? You know, it's such a hassle. You know, and so I don't know that it's gonna be such a hassle because we haven't done it. You know, so we're we'll know here shortly, pretty soon. People think we're crazy, but some people think, oh, awesome. You know, and they're kind of that silently not wanting to respond with not sure how to respond, so they just like, oh, okay, you know. And some people think, you know, they're telling us that, you know, they'll give us 3 weeks and we'll be back to indisposables, or, you know, you that'll never last, things like that. And so I don't know, part of me wants to prove them wrong because I tend to have a history of wanting to prove people wrong, so in something in decisions that I make, so this could be part of it too. Um, so that's where we're at. So we're choosing to go through a number of systems. We're going with pockets primarily. We have a few all-in-ones for the newborn stage, and then we're also using pre-folds and covers. And I also have one wool cover that I'm excited to try that for his newborn stage that I'm super excited about. So if that works out, who knows, we may go that route. But for outside of the newborn stage, we have primarily pockets. So that's where we're at. That's for us, and that's the route we're choosing. So we'll let you know how it goes, and kind of just go from there. But for me at this point, you know, I'm excited to, you know, get through all the laundry and kind of work out the systems, and kind of it's my way of taking care of our child, and you know, this is my part in, you know, taking care of him. So. What I hear, it's had some great results regarding not having harsh chemicals um, the child is one huge benefit, so they get diaper rashes very infrequently, and then they're also just, you know, creating something that's just very soft on the baby's butt, you know, and that in itself, why wouldn't I want something that's super soft on my son's derriere? So I'll keep you updated and see how it goes. So thanks, guys.